David, you're going to go work with John.
So after the War of 1812, that was when the United States had an era of good feelings.
It was similar to how the country came together after 9/11.
Yeah, kind of.
Watch this. This is funny, huh?
I don't know.
Want to know about history? I can tell you anything about it.
Do you watch a lot of history videos on YouTube?
Yeah, all the time. Want to watch one on my phone at Nutrition?
Maybe
I'll bring one up right now. Cool working with you.
Did you see that new meme?
Yeah, which one?
David,
Yeah?
watch this video. It's on World War II.
You like memes? Max was telling me about a new one.
That's dumb. This video is way better. It's like Call of Duty.
But this meme is...
I don't care, Max. David, do you want to come over to my house sometime? I could call my mom right now and ask her. Maybe you could even sleep over.
Yeah, David, you want to sleep over at the house, right?
John obviously wants to be better friends with David. David might want to be better friends with John. They are just getting to know each other. In friendship, there's stages. People meet, they talk, they start to hang out, and if they hang out enough, then they generally will hang out more and do fun things like hangouts after school, sleepovers, trips into the community, and more. Friendships are special, but if we try to rush them, they can become work. And that's the opposite of what a fun friendship is supposed to be, at least when you're young. Let's focus on how David can better move through the getting to know you stage of friendship. First off, John talks in a loud voice the whole time. David tries to talk lower, and it seems like John is yelling at him. This is something that makes people uncomfortable, especially when making new friends. When talking to people, try and pay attention to how they are talking. If somebody is talking low, then you should talk low yourself. Also, avoid being too silly. At one point in the conversation, John made a silly face that David didn't know how to react to. When you're in class and you're supposed to be working, you might make somebody not want to work with you if you act too silly. John puts his hand on David a couple of times. While it's okay to shake hands or fist bump, try to not touch your friends. First of all, they may not want to be touched. Second of all, a teacher could see you touching another student and think you are A, being inappropriate, or B, fighting or bullying them. When making new friends, and even after that, it's a good idea to try and keep our hands to ourselves. Another issue that John had in this conversation is that he barely let David talk. This problem is compounded when Max walks up to talk about the new meme he found. Conversations go both ways. They aren't just chances for people to only talk about what they want to talk about. Friendships get deeper when people talk to one another and share things. That's how we learn new ideas and discover things that make our lives richer. Continuing with the idea of reading the people you're talking to, David stood up after the bell rang. Class was over, and he clearly wanted to leave. This should have been a sign to John that the conversation was over or coming to an end. A good thing for John to say might have been, "Talk to you later," or "See you at Nutrition," if they don't have any more classes together. John missed another opportunity when David's friend Max came up and wanted to talk about a new meme. Rather than follow that conversation, John simply tried to get David's attention. He didn't take turns talking and wasn't flexible when the conversation changed to something other than history. In fact, he's very rude to Max. John should try and follow this conversation by at least talking about memes. If he doesn't know anything about them, he can always ask David and Max questions. Chances are they will be more than eager to tell him about it. Then, after talking for a few exchanges, John can reintroduce history or something he liked, and perhaps the conversation can go deeper. John, because he's so focused on David's attention, missed this social cue. Because of this, John isn't able to follow the conversation, and he inappropriately yells at Max. Lastly, this is where John missed another big opportunity in this stage of friendship. Without really knowing David, he asked him to come over and maybe spend the night. John even offered to call his mom to set it up right then and there. Naturally, because David doesn't know John that well, he is embarrassed. This is compounded because Max is there as an audience now. Obviously made uncomfortable by John's offer to spend the night, the students walk away from John, and now his moment of joining their conversation and continuing to move through the stages of friendship is gone. It might come back, but at this point, John is just in the getting to know you stage. He might never get past that with David if he doesn't change up how he talks to his friends as they are getting to know one another. Let's look at how John could have handled this stage of friendship differently.
Do you watch a lot of history videos on YouTube?
Yeah, all the time. Want to watch one on my phone at nutrition?
Maybe, if I have time.
Okay, I'll try and find you if I'm not playing a game. Cool working with you.
Did you see that new meme?
Which one?
The one of SpongeBob running in a race.
SpongeBob ran a race?
Yeah, it's really funny.
I think I've seen it. Come on, you can show me during nutrition.
Can I see it too?
Yeah,
We just have to hurry because I don't want to be the last one in line.
that's the worst.
That happened to me once. All I had time to eat was orange juice. John did much better in this example. He may not have been familiar with the meme, but rather than ask David to hang out, he asked about the meme, which allowed him to follow the conversation. He didn't act overly silly, he wasn't talking loud, and he kept his hands to himself. John also acknowledged Max when he walked up. Then, since Max and David were interested in the meme, John also showed interest by asking if he could see it. This helped John in two ways. Number one, it allowed him to remain flexible and in the conversation. Secondly, not only is he talking to David, but he's talking to Max too. If they continue talking and seeing each other at school, maybe they can plan some after-school activities. John's friendship with both boys could really grow. Right now, it is just in the getting to know you stage of the friendship. It won't grow by anyone forcing it or by John not being a considerate friend. Also, as they get to know each other, John will need to determine if David and Max are considerate of him as well. Remember, friendship goes both ways. These things need to happen naturally as they follow the stages of friendship.